Hey guys, welcome back to the Comic Book Lowdown. I'm Wellington, bringing you guys a second video in 2 days. So hope you guys actually watch this. Some quick news before I get to the review. I'm coming close up to my YouTube comic year one, or my YouTube video making year one. Got a couple more days and then we'll be here. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna do some kind of live show or something that day, and I might invite people and stuff. I don't know. Whatever. Get to that when that comes. But you guys are here for the review on the first trade of Batman Knightfall. This is part 1, the Broken Bat, or just Broken Bat. As you guys can see, and if you watch my Lowdown Looks video from yesterday, I ranted about it a little bit. This is not the big huge one that they sell now. This is the 1993 original first print copy of this. I'm gonna one day double dip on it and get the bigger ones. I have the first 2 of the 93 stuff. I'm gonna get the bigger ones just because they've got more issues to it, and also these are like not in great shape. I only got these for $5, so got a good deal on them, but they're like yellowed and some of the pages are bent and things like that, and I kind of want a really nice copy of this because I definitely enjoyed this first one, although I do have not problems with the story, just problems with how this trade was set up in comparison to what I think you get with the trades that come out now, and that's really if I'm right on this, I could very well be wrong. I feel like the other trades would include some of the earlier stuff leading up to Knightfall, but that actually might be in the trade itself, like Road to Knightfall or something. But if it does include some of the earlier stuff before Knightfall, that would be helpful, because I jump into this trade not knowing anything that's happened before this. So all I'm seeing is Batman is tired and he's just worn out, and that's what you get at the beginning of this. Batman is tired and worn out. Apparently he's been fighting a lot of guys lately and just going on, low sleep and low rest and all that kind of stuff. And then Bane breaks out all of the inmates from Arkham, guys like Joker, Two-Face, Scarecrow, Riddler, and then, the B and C listers like the ventriloquist and film freak and guys like that, and Firefly, who actually turned out to be one of my favorite villains in this book. Firefly. So we get that, and then Batman, of course, trying to get all the inmates rounded back up and into Arkham again, and of course he's being stubborn and not wanting help, so Robin feels kind of rejected, because every time he wants to help Batman, Batman tells him no. We get a lot of that going on here, and just Bane just masterminding this huge plan against Batman. It's really good. In comparison, because I know Bane, this is my first experience with, this might be actually my first experience with Bane in comic books, besides that besides that Detective Comics issue, Detective 19 or 900, whichever you want to go with. I don't count that as Bane because he's barely there, but I'm thinking this is my first Bane experience in comics, so the only other Bane encounters I've had were Dark Knight Rises and Batman and Robin, which we won't count because that was not Bane. That was just a drugged thug because he sucked. But Dark Knight Rises, Bane, a lot smarter guy in that movie. I don't know, some people say that Tom Hardy's Bane kind of didn't fit the character. I think it fit alright. Smart, masterminding guy. Well, at the end he did turn into like a henchman, so you know what, scratch what I said. It looked to seem that Bane was being played up right throughout the movie until the end, and you know, the whole Talia thing. But this Bane is really cool. Huge douchebag. This guy is crazy. And really just the whole story, how he masterminds everything, and all his guys, his like henchmen guys, or whatever you want to call them, his crew, they kind of question him as to why he's so obsessed with Batman, and then, you know, you get a lot of that in this, and they find out, and then Bane, I mean, we all know what happens in this. Bane breaks Batman's back, and that turns out to be like such a good issue in itself, and such a great panel. We all know the panel, but I mean, I'll show you again because you can never have enough of this panel. It's really good. Not panel, just page, I should say. Yeah, this whole story, really intriguing, really cool. Some of my favorite villains in this are villains that I wouldn't say I would have enjoyed the most out of this. Like, again, I enjoyed Firefly, and I enjoyed Zaz, and I enjoyed the Ventriloquist, and I like the Mad Hatter, but I like him in other stuff more. But yeah, the Ventriloquist and Zaz and Firefly, those turned out to be like my favorite villains throughout this, even though they had, you know, Scarecrow, Joker. I also really like the Riddler for what he was in. I think Riddler might be one of my favorite Batman villains, so of course I'm gonna like him. But of course Bane steals the show, and yeah, this book, the art in here is awesome. Who does this? The writers on here are Doug Mensch and Chuck Dixon, and the artists, or the pencilers at least, are Jim Aparo, Norm Brayfogle, Graham Nolan, and Jim Ballant. I mean, I know the writers well, but I'm not really familiar with the artist. You guys might, because you guys know more than me, but the art in here is spot on. Really dig it. The story was just awesome. All the issues. Yeah, this was really good read. This first trade. The way this ends, and then the way the second one starts, because I've already started the second one. It reminds me of like Breaking Bad, going from like one season to the next. Just it ends on this super just high climax, you know, with Batman being broken and things like that. Ends on this super climax, and then it begins in the next trade, which is like, well, I have it right here. Trade 2. The next trade starts with like gruesome, like it's so bad. It like starts with that, and then Bane just throws Batman off the freaking building, and you get like this. This is what I was thinking about. That is bad. So, yeah, I'm excited. I've already started reading the second one. Really enjoying it so far. I think I'm like 2-3 issues into it. Again, these aren't big. I'll double dip one day and get the big ones, and then just have these kept, because it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool having the original trades to this, because they don't make this anymore. So it's cool to have it, but it's, you know, it's not as good as the bigger one. So I want that. But anyways, that's it for me, guys. Make sure to tune into my Saturday video where I review my books that I got new this week. And then Sunday, again, I'm going to be having Sunday brunch on my channel, not on Running with Comics Scott's channel. He can't do it, so he's allowing me to take over again. And yeah, so I'm Wellington signing off the Comic Book Lowdown. See you guys next time.